Let's get into Dandadan. We're on what are we on? Episode three? Yeah, episode
I
three,
think
right?
so. Hmm.
Uh we got to meet a new character in Dandadan. We get to see the continuation of uh what's his name? Oka-kun. Occult Coon's powers. We get to see like some more
Okaroon? Okaroon?
Okarun. I'm gonna call him Occult Coon.
So?
I think his name is Occult Coon. Well, I know his name is actually
Ken.
Okarun. Yeah,
Ken.
Ken. Sorry, Ken. Let me get it. Ken. But yeah, we get to meet Momo's like grandma, who's apparently like 82 years old. And boy, I don't think she's 82 years old. It's- and the grandma makes or the Ken makes the same jokes. It's not just me. It's not just me. You don't look at me like that. You as soon as you saw her, you were like, whoa. You were like, whoa. What do you think about the grandma?
She just
What do you think about the
she
grandma? What do you think about the grandma?
she um she looks.
She has eyes. You
She looks.
confirmed has eyes. Would you say
She
cheeks?
I said she.
You said she has the cheeks.
Sorry, let me enunciate. She does not look her age.
She got them cheeks. That's the moral of the story. Um, I like the beginning introduction to her where she's like oh she's lost her way. She can't tell the future of
Yeah.
this idol or whatever's going on, and then we find out later in the episode like she was completely right from like
Hmm.
TMZ, and then all she wants to do is watch like comedy shows. Like it's
She's
pretty
so
funny.
real, actually. Like she's
Yeah.
she's so real.
Yeah, I think an anime where you never really get to see like I mean you do see like loving relationships between like family members and things, but I think it comes like it's always hard. You don't really see it a lot, you know? And when you do see it, it's not like seen in like a like happy light. Like I think of like Sakura. I mean, Sakura's a terrible fucking example because she's a terrible person. But Sakura is like in the Naruto the last movie or not Naruto the last, whoever one with
That
Menma's
wasn't
in
the
it.
last.
Yeah, whatever one Menma's in. She's like, I hate that my parents are supportive. I hate that they tell
God, I
me.
wish I didn't have
Yeah.
parents.
Oh, and she tells Naruto, "You're so lucky you don't have parents." And Naruto's like,
He's just standing there like,
"Bruh," like the most bruh. But anyway, like that's the you get what I'm saying. There's a lot of like instances in anime where like they don't show family as like good. I guess like all like mangakas are like they just hate their family apparently. But I think they did actually a pretty decent job of like they obviously have some tension. Momo and the grandma have some tension between each other. And you know, for kind of obvious reasons, I think that you know if you have a grandma who's kind of famous and it's just this like basically a wizard who like everyone says she's like so great at everything she does, well, whatever. I mean, she has powers. You know, she walks around with a
yeah,
bat that has like powers. You know, she has a TV show. She's this person. She's basically everything that Momo isn't. You know, Momo really tries to like kind of stay a little bit under the radar in terms of like not wanting to stick out that much. But but what's it called? Like you know what I'm saying? Like they're just not the same people. So seeing the grandma like give her a hug and then be like, you know, oh do this. Like I know you like him. You know, like being trying to connect while also like be a teacher in a way. You know, I think that that's a good way of showing like a relationship being brought back together. And then even Momo being like, "Oh, I love you too," or whatever. You know, I think that was a very cool moment for me in that show because I you don't really get to see that a lot. Uh, but then also we get to cut to a lot of occult coons. He still doesn't have a dick. Um, he has zero penis, and he's freaking. They have him inside of a fucking an outside like house. He's just
he's in
staying
like
there.
a temple, like a praying house or something.
I like how the grandma was immediately like, "Oh yeah, I killed him." He's dead. He's
No,
dead.
she's funny as fuck. Like she just be messing with Momo, and Momo's such a like spaz that she's like, "What do you mean?
She
What?"
immediately runs out. It's like, like it's so funny. This episode was really good. I really like this one a lot.
Hmm.
This might be my favorite episode so far out of the three. Like this was just so much fun. I like learning about the grandma, like learning about Momo stuff. The what did you really like about it?
Um, I will just kind of like um starting from the beginning of my
Yeah,
thoughts. Um, I really liked the grandma's introduction. I liked kind of seeing it from a different perspective because at the beginning we get like a brief description of her from Momo. And it's from Momo's perspective, so you kind of just get like her side of things and then to see where it comes from the grandma side, it was really interesting. I think I do really like the grandma. She's funny as fuck. Um I also do like I agree with you in saying that they're very like opposite characters. And I find it like funny cuz I was like digging through or like just like scrolling through stuff and I learned that Momo is also because I think I referenced this in our last podcast that Momo's friend is a gyaru, which is like a type of fashion in Japan, and it's very like loud, like it's extremely like a loud type of fashion. But Momo's also a gyaru, but she's like a more like subdued
yeah,
version of it. And I find that very interesting because like she like her grandma's like loud as fuck. She's a public figure. Um and she's like still like loud in her own way because that fashion style is also like a means of like protest. So I just find that aspect very interesting of like their dynamic and how she chooses to present herself. um this episode also just had like so many jokes like it was so funny, not just like the grandma but the way
yeah,
that Momo and Okurun are interacting with each other was really funny. I'm excited to see this kind of like semi training arc we're going to be going into
yeah,
because they have to like train their powers in order to defeat fucking dead granny. So so
yeah.
I'm
Turbo
I'm
Granny.
really yeah, turbo granny. So I'm really excited to see how this how this plays out. And like I kind of like I didn't like reference this to you. I could kind of connect with the grandma because there are a lot of like members in my family that are like kind of like that, like into the like superstition stuff and like the occultist stuff. So, and they're also just like loud as fuck and like don't take shit from anybody. So I could really like it was like very comforting in a way to see like a character like that on screen. I don't know. So I really like her character.
Yeah, I think I should restate how I feel about how Momo's character is. It's not necessarily that she's like quiet. It's more that like she tries to act like she's not like her grandma, but she is very
Right.
much
That's what I
just
mean.
like her
Hmm.
grandma.
Yeah.
Like just in a new age sort of way. I think the comedic timing in this show is like so on par. Like we have Occult Coon like I need the Pope. Like he's like I'm not gonna poop in front of you, and he's like oh just poop. Like it's just so funny. And then you have like the grandma and Momo talking, and she's like, oh yeah, well I got abducted by aliens. Aliens don't exist. He got his dick stolen from a turbo granny. Well, yeah, that makes sense. They're the occult. It's just like you hypocrite. Like it's just so deadpan humor is hilarious in this show. Like they've given the rule of three like to the highest
Yeah.
potential it can go. It is very good in terms of humor. Um, I'm excited to see Occult Coon's training arc too to see where
Hmm.
his powers go. I really liked how his demon form looks. I
Yeah,
mean,
so do I.
I don't even think we got to talk about episode two at all.
No,
We
we
didn't.
didn't. We
Yeah,
didn't.
yeah, yeah. Episode two, basically, occult Kun turns into like his demon form and turns into Shikamaru, and he even gave us a fucking what a drag, like
Yeah, I like
like
that.
yeah, it was a pretty cool transformation. Do you like transformation? Are you into that?
Yeah, I did really like how he looked. I wasn't expecting it because like I didn't know anything about this show going in.
Yeah.
Um, so it was like a big surprise to me. Um, so I'm excited to kind of see more of that because it's so different from Okarun's uh main personality.
Right. Yeah, it's pretty cool too. I mean, I'm not obviously, well, you wouldn't know, but I am a huge, not you as in you as the audience, um, wouldn't know this, but I love JJK and the powers in which these characters have. Like they have nails and they have a baseball bat. And my one
Yeah,
of
yeah,
my
yeah. I
favorite
forgot about that.
one of my favorite characters in JJK is our Lord and Sister Nobara. We love her. And how resonance. I thought that that's exactly what they were
That
doing in these last two episodes. I thought Momo versus the demon thing was like
was a
super
really cool
cool.
fight. Yeah.
I really liked the black and white that they did in the last episode too. I thought
Yeah.
that was really fun. And then when they mixed it with the red when he turns into Turbo Granny, I think is just very cool. I thought that whole fight was very and well animated, and it was just like I really like this show.
The art direction is so good. Because
Yeah, it
I
is.
completely forgot about the whole like black and white sequence when that other demon or like ghost or whatever shows up.
Yeah.
That was really good. It was really good to kind of differentiate the spirit world versus like the real world.
Yeah.
Uh, I am really enjoying. I forgot all about that.
Yeah, there was a really cool moment in the last episode, in episode two, when she's like getting beat into like the wall,
I was just gonna
and
mention that.
and Occult Coon is like no, like freaking out, like no, and he can't transform, whatever's happening with her, and then she's like, I've dug myself deep into the wall, now he can't reach me with his fist, and then it's like wow, and I was like, oh hell yeah, it's like strategy, um. But yeah, no, their fights is like super cool. I like
Hmm.
all these characters so far. There isn't anybody that like usually when you get to like episode three, like they're only gonna have like
There's
the first two,
someone you don't like, yeah.
and they're gonna start introducing like we're gonna meet Bamora, we're gonna meet Gigi and Ari soon. Those are just other like side characters. We're gonna meet them soon enough. They're like people from their school. Uh, but yeah, like after we get past this training arc, like, and the majority of this show is gonna be him trying to get his penis back, which is hilarious too. Like the whole point of the show is just he has nothing going on out there. And I really like their dynamic still. I like how they both how Momo and Occult Kun both care about each other,
Mhm.
even though it is very shallow because they just have saved each other, and that's kind of like what it is. Like, oh, they care because that's just what it is, right? Like, you kind of need to at that point. Like, he likes her because she gave a fuck about him, and then now she's seeing that he gives a fuck about her. So now, we're gonna see it blossom and grow from there. But it is like, I like it. I like how it doesn't seem forced, you know?
No, it feels very natural. Like they're like the way they interact with each other. They have very good chemistry. And like that's how you know that they're very well written characters.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like I would say in terms of like because this whole manga is actually a romance comedy.
Mhm.
So
You could
and
tell.
and it like masquerades as like an action like an action like show, not shouju, but whatever the adult
Shoujo.
action, yeah, the adult
Oh, wait.
action, not shoujo, it's something else.
Show. Oh.
It's like I forget what it's called, but whatever. Shonen, we'll just call it shonen. It masquerades itself as like an action type of show, but in reality, it's categorized as a romance comedy. It's in the same light as like I guess if you want to call Spy Family a romance comedy, but like it's kind of in that same vein how it ends up being written. But yeah, I really can't wait to see what happens next with this show. I'm excited to see more of Colt Coon's form. Excited to see what they do with the training. I think the granny's hilarious. In the next episode, we're gonna see the showdown, I guess, between all of them. We're gonna go, well, not all of them. It's just gonna be Momo and Colt Coon going into like the home base of Turbo Granny. So we can see what happens there. What do you guys think? You have anything else on this episode, by the way? But anyway, what do you guys think? You guys like Dandadan? Are you excited about the next episode? Let us know in the comments below.